In this video, we'll be exploring two cities for which we had no real plan and knew very little about before going into them. Duluth, Minnesota, and Fargo, North Dakota. In Fargo, an open mind plus just a little bit of luck led us into activities and experiences that we may not have otherwise had, while also happening upon some pretty special moments of different kinds along the way. You just ran a motherfucking 5K. How do you feel? Okay. Keep watching to find out about all of that, and while you're at it, maybe throw me a little like and a subscribe. And before we get to Fargo, we have to go to Duluth, where, let's just say, the universe wasn't exactly on our side. Now, good morning from Duluth, Minnesota. We got into town yesterday. Decided to go out for a run this morning up these rocks on the edge of the highway. An interesting spot. Now, Duluth boasts hundreds of miles of biking trails of all difficulty levels. So you might be asking, well, why, pray tell, are you on a trail run this morning? And the answer is because my bike is a flat tire and none of the bike shop's open until 9. And it's gonna pour today and tomorrow. And we're leaving on Wednesday, today's Monday. And it ain't my time to bike. These fucking bikes, man, they keep just not working out in one way or another. But I always love a good trail run, so it's fine with me. Continued my trail run that morning until I reached this lovely garden at the top of the hill, which contains the Chara Peace Bell, which, as I learned from reading, is a bell to commemorate the friendly relationship between the city of Duluth and its sister city of Ohara, also known as Izumi City, in Japan. But soon headed back so we could start figuring out our plans for the next 2 days. What is all of this?
It's from my book bag.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh.
But now I got nothing to put in here. Oh, I can put the peppers in there.
We must bring everything we own with us.
That's not
at
true.
all times.
That is not true. That is not true. If we're going to be walking up and down, we need to have something. So I'm bringing my bag. Look at my nails.
You don't want me to show your nails today?
No.
Why?
Because they have to get done. They're getting done tomorrow.
Are you nervous about going somewhere other than your usual place?
Am I nervous? No. It has to be what it is. I'm going to text my girl though and tell her.
Tell her you're cheating on her.
She knows. I also didn't pack enough long sleeve stuff, so I should have listened to myself instead of everybody else. It's cold outside. Let's go.
It's not cold. It's oh my god. You ready?
Ready.
You ready?
I've been waiting. Let's go.
It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
I know.
And we're finally leaving.
We did cook dinner though.
Yeah, it's not like we haven't been doing anything today. So Karen did a workout at the gym where we're staying.
Very happy about that.
I went for a nice trail run. We went to the grocery store. We got a crock pot beef stew going that honestly I'm a little nervous about because I had to venture off of my normal recipe a little bit. So we're gonna see how that comes out. But at least we don't have to cook dinner now. So we can just be out the rest of the day. You ready?
Ready.
Let's go. We meandered around the neighborhood for a little while, entering some of the shops and being underwhelmed, let's say, before we eventually wound up at this place, Leif Erikson Park. Now, if I haven't mentioned it before, I'll mention it here because it'll continue to be a theme throughout this and probably many future videos to come, but my family is of Norwegian descent, and as such, I felt it was my duty to go see a statue of a guy who may or may not have been the first European to step foot on American soil. And if you're ever in Duluth and looking to have yourself a good cry, head over to the Angel of Hope. It's a beautiful yet deeply heartbreaking memorial to parents who have lost children of all ages. Hey look, it's Bob Dylan Way. And what's that? A wedding ceremony that's wrapping up? Indeed it was. This would not be the only wedding-themed item that we would come across, so stick around to find out about that. But missing this ceremony was reminding us of a trend that we were starting to notice. To have an uncanny ability to be either a week early or a week late for events, like just random events that are happening in the places that we're going to. We're missing the Rhubarb Festival by like a week.
And we missed the Cheese Curd Festival by
a week as well. Ridiculous. We were struggling, as we saw it, to try and get the most out of Duluth at this point. But at least we had dinner already, right? I've been making my beef stew recipe for years. And there's a reason why I do it the same way every time. When you veer off from the recipe, this dog shit happens.
Fine. Let's just have it.
As somebody who likes to cook, it's an embarrassment to not only my capabilities and my recipe, but just now I gotta force somebody to eat terrible food.
Oh my god. It's food. It's fine. We're having butter and bread. It's fine.
We have good bread and butter. That is one thing. I didn't make the butter, but I made the bread. But this, I mean, what are we doing here? This is terrible. Look at this. The meat is just like, it's chewy. It's not good. Potatoes are hard. I don't know. It's an embarrassment. All right, so I wanted to give kind of an update on the last 12 hours. As it stands right now, it's 9 a.m. on Tuesday, June 18th. I'm currently sitting outside of a nail salon where Karen is inside getting her nails done for the first time since we've been on the road. And she's a little nervous about it, so I'm hoping it goes well for her. The last 12 hours have been kind of a bummer for me. And I think it really has more to do with the fact that I'm a little bit frustrated with myself at the moment. So I fuck up last night's dinner. So then we thought, okay, dinner was a bust. We could maybe go laugh it off over a nightcap somewhere. We had gotten a tip from a local that you are not driving the right way, sir. That is not good. We had gotten a tip from a local yesterday for a couple places to go grab like good cocktails at. So we drive over there, and despite the person who gave us the tip and the establishment's own website saying that they were open, they were closed. And it wasn't like one of these things where you gotta like knock 3 times and figure. No, it was they were locked. It was closed. It was, I think, just like, yep, of course this would happen too. Again, it just sort of put like a damper on the rest of the evening, which isn't fair. That's something I got to be better about, because not everything's going to work out, and that's okay. But we are leaving Duluth tomorrow, so trying to make the best of our last full day in town. Now, I had managed to get my bike fixed, but not wanting to risk another flat tire, and with an impending rainstorm on the horizon at some unknown time, I opted for another trail run to this place. Wow, just look at that view. Now, this is an old watchtower of some kind, and for context, this is what that same watchtower looks like from the balcony of the Airbnb we're staying at. And from the top of it, on a clear day, you're able to see parts of downtown, even a golf course, and some other shit. But as you can imagine, I didn't see any of that from up here on this particular day. And with another anticlimactic activity in the books, it was time to salvage whatever we could from the rest of that day. We have been sort of just driving around the rest of Duluth all afternoon. We went up to the Lakeside neighborhood, drove around, saw some really nice houses, and now we're gonna go play some trivia. I definitely think we are staying in the, I'll say, less developed side of Duluth. It's not to say that it's bad. It's definitely not. It's definitely just like there was definitely a lot more here that is no longer here. And now these old buildings are being repurposed. It's just not quite as built up where we are, as opposed to, say, Canal Park or downtown or some of the other areas we drove through today. It's cool to see the road that's slightly less traveled in a city. How are you feeling about Duluth?
About what?
Duluth.
Oh, it's been good.
How do you feel about where we're staying right now?
Oh, I like it. It has the gym, which makes me happy.
Yeah, I meant more the neighborhood.
Oh, the neighbor's been fine.
I was saying how it's definitely like the slightly underdeveloped part of the city.
Definitely.
Yeah, and I definitely think over the coming years that's going to change, even just based on everything we've been seeing.
I mean, there's definitely a lot of people walking around and people that have been staying here and
yeah,
tourists. But there are other areas that are a little bit more built up.
Right.
Like, what the heck are we walking through?
So we're walking to get our coffee and tea in the morning.
Oh, okay.
One thing that we did see in our walks about the neighborhood, there's definitely construction for part of a new highway that's happening right now in this area. Part of the construction site seems to be shut down, and there's a sign on it, I'll put a clip in of it here, that says something about burial grounds and or archaeological finds.
Yeah.
So we're not really sure what that's about. I don't know. But if we can find any information, I'll throw it in here. Apparently, in the midst of this highway construction project, there were some indigenous human remains that were found as part of the excavating. The project was put on hold in the spring of 2023, and clearly in June of 2024, it was still on hold. I'll put a link below for the article that I was reading about it. Okay, back to the video. Neither of us, I think, are particularly good at trivia, so I'm not anticipating...
He's smart.
I'm not anticipating a victory, but it'd be nice if we could get one. Let's go play some trivia. wait for you.
And finally, round one, question 5.
Ready? So we managed to survive the tornado warning before.
I think. I don't know if it's over yet.
I think it's over. Now it's just raining.
And thundering and lightning.
And thundering and lightning. Karen doesn't like lightning.
Not when we're walking.
We're gonna be fine. It's really picking up now.
Oh,
Shite, man. We didn't do so hot at trivia. It was fun though, we had a good time. Oh shit. I just stepped right in that puddle. How you doing, buddy? Oh, that was a big one. That was a big one. Let's see if we can't get another one for the people. Oh, little one. Woo! Got some good lightning out here, folks. How's it going?
It's fine. The rain was fine. It wasn't even that raining that much. It was more the lightning and the flooding.
I think we survived.
We did survive.
I think we survived.
They're not kidding when they say flash flood. You're in Minnesota. Ugh.
This is driving me nuts. I hate this. As I'm going through and refolding and repacking this, I just keep thinking like I could take half of this shit, put it into a box, mail it back to New Jersey, and I would be much more at ease. I could downgrade my bag and it would free up some space in Pearl too, which would be kind of nice.
I don't think you have those.
I could get rid of a pair of shorts, a couple of these shirts, not the underwear. I like having a fat stack of underwear with me. Yeah, blue skies, and we're leaving Minnesota today. It's been gloomy and rainy the last 2 days. Now it's nice, or getting nice, and we're leaving Minnesota. We departed Duluth that day, having left quite a lot on the table, and for that, we will return to redeem ourselves. But one thing we did find was Curly's. If you know, you know. Shout out to Curly's. But we were pretty quickly going to realize that our time in Fargo was going to be busier than we anticipated. If you're in your 30s and you ever feel like you need to be humbled, walk around a college campus and realize that you are at least 10 years older than most of the people there, and watch them look at you, trying to figure out if you're faculty or if you're just a guy passing through town. Man, I don't think I ever looked that young. It's crazy. And we've been busy a couple of days. Unexpectedly busy, honestly. Had no real plan coming here, but as it turns out, we have a lot to do. But first, I apparently have a race to train for. Let's go. Fargo, a city I've always heard of but know nothing about, aside from what I've seen watching Coen Brothers films. And even though I wasn't here to search for a big bag of frozen money, we did happen to find this place, Newman Outdoor Field, home of the Fargo Moorhead Redhawks. A wonderful unaffiliated minor league baseball team, which is going to serve as Karen's first ever professional baseball game.
That's baseball, baby.
No, I love minor league baseball because there's always some kind of kooky shenanigans going on. There's interesting characters walking around, and none other than this guy at the Red Hawk Stadium, the super fan.
Big finish!
So the boys took home the victory. How do you feel about it?
I feel good.
Yeah. Anticlimactic.
Yeah, they didn't really do much at the end.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised. And after the game, we had to switch gears because it was time for something completely different. So where are we right now?
We're in Fargo, North Dakota at some night bazaar,
Okay.
Renaissance theme.
Renaissance themes. I guess they do these every month, and they're themed.
They have another one in July, circus theme. I kind of wish we were here for that one.
Yeah, that would be kind of cool.
And then
Nice.
the next one is something else. October is spooky month.
There's some people in funky outfits, balloon art. We're waiting for the swords and the fire to come out. That's supposed to be happening at some point soon. These night bazaars are put on by an organization called Folkaways. They do a lot of really great things in the community. I will link down below to their website. So we were starting to explore the festival a little bit, and I got sidetracked watching this guy, who was pretty entertaining.
I don't really think they just look that way from the...
Turned around to realize I had no idea where Karen was, and by the time I found her, I figured out why she had done this. He had spotted a couple holding hands and saw them walking over to what appeared to be a photographer, and of course, a proposal was about to take place. So, acting as the unofficial videographer, she filmed the entire thing and then shared the footage with the family. Very nice. But then, the real show. So we are getting ready now to head out to yet another unplanned festival over the course of these couple of days that we've been here in Fargo. And I'm particularly looking forward to this one. How are you feeling?
Good. Looking forward to the Scandinavian festival.
Alright, so cat's out of the bag. We're going to the Scandinavian Festival over in Moorhead, Minnesota. We're going to see what that's all about. There's one thing I know about Scandinavian people, it's that they can be a little eccentric sometimes, so it'll be interesting to see. Across the river from Fargo in the town of Moorhead, Minnesota, the Hjemkomst Center, the museum and historical center celebrating all things Scandinavian culture. On display for people to enjoy at this particular event is the Hjemkomst Viking ship, art and goodies from all sorts of local vendors, lovely music, and even a weapons demonstration from some real-life Vikings.
The swords we found were primarily built and forged in the
Stick around because these cool guys are going to be back later in the video, but for now, watch us enjoy some Scandinavian food. This is lefse potato flatbread. Proper way to do it. A little butter. I didn't say this was healthy. Sugar. Now we got the cinnamon on there. Yeah, right. Alright, so what we have here is a little Scandinavian dessert platter. Prune tart from Finland. That's good too. Cinnamon from Sweden. Good?
Yeah. Cinnamon roll.
Lingonberry lemonade from Norway.
I feel like it could be refreshing if it was actually cold. I mean, it tastes good. The flavor is good.
Yeah. It's rad. All right, so we just had dinner, and as if our Scandinavian adventures here in Fargo haven't been eventful enough, we got two more things on the list. One we're about to do right now. The Sons of Norway apparently has some music in the Troll Lounge, as it's called. She's laughing at my culture. Anyway, the place doesn't seem to be very busy, so we're gonna go see how that.
Seems to be very dead.
What's that?
The parking lot. There's no cars.
Yeah, so we're gonna see what that looks like, but hopefully it's not awkward.
Home was a dream.
So it is our last morning in North Dakota. We will be leaving, head to South Dakota later this morning. But first, we have one more item on our Fargo to-do list. As if we haven't done enough Scandinavian shit this weekend, we are about to go do the 5K that is put on by the Scandinavian festival that we went to yesterday. Karen is also running it, and she's never run a 5K before. How are you feeling?
Nervous.
I think there's like 60 people running, so I don't think it's not a very big race. So I think we're gonna be okay.
I'm gonna have to walk some of it.
That's fine.
go!
You did it. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, nice. Thank you. You just ran a motherfucking 5K. How do you feel? Oh, it's okay. It's okay. You did so good. You did so good. If there was a lot left on the table in Duluth, Fargo was the complete opposite. Being in the right place at the right time to experience local activities and events is every traveler's dream. And if some of those events and activities happen to have personal cultural significance to you, that's all the better. Each of these cities, while small in size, have a great number of things to offer. We have plenty more stories coming from towns big and small just like this, so stick around and make sure you're subscribed so you can be alerted when new stories come out. That's it for now. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in South Dakota. Okay, love you. Bye. And then, obviously, they strap with a hot dog. How you doing? How you doing?
Can I stop for a minute?
Yeah.